Guys, we are driving to the north. 1 year after Hamas launched a terror attack against Israel. And 1 day after that, Hezbollah joined the war against Israel. This is 1 year to the war against Hamas, Hezbollah, and all the Iranian proxies and Iran themselves. So guys, there's rockets just above us. Hezbollah is launching attacks against Israel, and we hear the Iron Dome anti-rocket defense systems intercepting in the air above us. We're now taking shelter just on the ground. Thank you for praying. This is the situation. This is Tomer here with me. Alon, do you think it's okay to get up? Good. Exactly 1 year ago, Israel faced one of its most challenging military moments since its foundation. But today, the landscape is shifting rapidly. In the past year, the IDF has launched a precise, relentless campaign, systematically eliminating Hezbollah's leadership and undermining their military infrastructure. One of the most surprising moves in this war began with the IDF's Beeper attack, a calculated strike that crippled Hezbollah's command and control systems. Israel did not claim responsibility for this attack yet. For over 2 decades, Iran's Quds force, operating under Hezbollah's cover, held a stronghold on the ridge of Marun el-Ras in southern Lebanon. This strategic point, nicknamed Iran's Walkway, was an outpost for launching attacks on Israel and a symbol of Iranian influence in the region. But as of now, Hezbollah's hold on this ridge and many other critical locations has been shattered thanks to Israel's year-long offensive. The tide has turned. The IDF, instead of facing Hezbollah head-on with large brigades, has implied a strategic, phased approach, dismantling Hezbollah's capabilities piece by piece. The success of these operations, including the destruction of Hezbollah's tunnels, high-precision missile systems, and logistical networks, has crippled their ability to launch meaningful attacks. I'm Yair Pinto, and this is My State, a program about current events, my belief in God, and my journey in the Holy Land. And I'm coming to you now from an Israeli community on the border with Lebanon that was not evacuated, but is under constant terror attacks and rocket fire from Hezbollah terrorists for 1 year straight. Since Hezbollah's initial attack on October 8, 2023, they have launched over 10,000 rockets, missiles, and drones into Israel, targeting both military and civilian locations. This relentless assault has forced over 85,000 Israelis to evacuate the northern border, and Hezbollah's rocket fire has destroyed thousands of acres of farmlands, forests, and homes. In response, the IDF has executed over 70 covert operations across Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah's command centers, weapons depots, and tunnels. These operations, meticulously planned and executed over the last year, have resulted in the elimination of nearly 500 Hezbollah operatives, including several top commanders. The destruction of Hezbollah's logistical hubs has greatly diminished their ability to resupply and support their fighting forces. Most notably, the IDF's ground incursion into southern Lebanon has been one of the most impactful military campaigns in this region. As Israeli forces advanced, they discovered Hezbollah's underground networks, some stretching as far as 40 meters below the surface. These tunnels were meant for large-scale infiltrations into northern Israel, but the IDF's rapid response has rendered them useless. In recent weeks, the destruction of Iran's walkway on the ridge of Marun el-Ras marked a significant turning point in this conflict. Once a symbol of Iranian control and influence, it now lies in ruins. The ridge serves as a critical launching pad for attacks on Israeli towns, and its elimination has drastically reduced Hezbollah's ability to strike deep into Israeli territory. In addition to tactical victories on the ground, the IDF has gained a wealth of intelligence by seizing Hezbollah's weapons caches and dismantling their networks Israeli forces have not only dealt severe blows to Hezbollah, but also exposed the extent of Iran's involvement. Israeli intelligence reports indicate that Hezbollah's capability to operate independently has been severely weakened, making them more reliant on Iran support than ever before.
Okay. פצוע שרץ למבט? צא בידיים, ברגליים. בעיקר מפלמה, לא פחד.
Okay, guys, we just heard sirens. That's why our team is in the bomb shelter next to us here. In the north, you have multiple bomb shelters in different locations because you have less than 10 seconds to find shelter from the time that you hear the sirens. Okay, we hear also the speaker now calling on people to enter safe zones and bomb shelters and find shelter. So we still need to be here for at least 10 minutes, something like that, after we hear the siren. As we look towards the future, the situation in Lebanon and the broader Middle East remains fragile. Hezbollah, though significantly weakened, is still a formidable force. While they have lost many top commanders, their decentralized structure means they can still pose a threat through smaller, more localized attacks. The IDF is now entering a new phase of operations. Their primary goal is to ensure that Hezbollah cannot reconstitute its power in southern Lebanon. This means systematically clearing every village and stronghold along the Israeli-Lebanese border, removing any remaining Hezbollah forces and ensuring that no new tunnels or missile systems are constructed. Another key aspect of Israel's strategy is building international coalitions to hold Iran accountable. The destruction of Hezbollah's infrastructure in Lebanon has sent a strong message to Tehran. Israel will not tolerate Iranian proxies operating on its borders. But the next step could be even more significant. Israeli military leaders are currently working with Western allies to form a coalition that could target Iran's military infrastructure directly. We came out of the bomb shelter because 10 minutes have passed, and there is no more threat of an incoming missile for now. In the coming weeks, we expect to see an escalation in the conflict as Israel continues to neutralize Hezbollah's remaining forces in southern Lebanon. The IDF is also preparing for potential retaliatory strikes from Iran, which could come in the form of ballistic missile attacks or drone attacks. However, Israel's air defense systems have proven effective in intercepting most of these threats so far. Ultimately, the future of this conflict hinges on whether Hezbollah can continue to operate under Iran's direction, or if Israel's ongoing campaign will force a fundamental shift in the balance between Iran, Lebanon, and Israel. The IDF's leadership has been clear. The goal is not only to protect Israel, but to reshape the security landscape of the region for decades to come. The IDF's actions over the past year have fundamentally altered the dynamics of the northern border. Hezbollah, once considered one of Iran's most powerful proxies, has been crippled by Israel's ongoing military operations. However, this fight is far from over. While Hezbollah's operational capability has been gravely diminished, they still pose a threat to Israeli civilians and military forces alike. As we look to the future, the next phase of Israel's strategy will be critical in determining the outcome of this conflict. Israel is now focusing on securing the northern border, ensuring that Hezbollah cannot reestablish its foothold in southern Lebanon. The destruction of Iran's walkway and Hezbollah's leadership structure has opened a window of opportunity for Israel to strike the heart of Iran's proxy network. Guys, you need to remember that this war is not just a physical war of armies. This is a spiritual war. And I call on all of you, it doesn't matter where you're from, to unite in prayer for Israel, for the IDF soldiers, for our hostages still being kept in Gaza for more than a year now. And please unite in prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. And together, we will win this war.
Hello, this is Mati here in Jerusalem with TBN Israel.
This is Yair Pinto from TBN Israel here in Jerusalem. TBN Israel is keeping viewers informed with Israel-focused news, culture, and what God is doing in this land.
Support TBN Israel today online at tbn.org/Israel. Thank you.